All right, guys, it's finally that time of year where we get to put the rooftop tent back on the Tahoe and do some adventuring. Let's get into it.
So here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some sort of overlanding vehicle, some special orange hooks, some solid 2x6 boards, impact driver or a drill, some 3-inch screws, and then some 1.5-inch screws just to make sure that you don't sink them too deep. And then you're gonna want this winch. This thing has made my life super easy. It actually hooks up to any drill, and you can power it with your drill. Next thing you need is a leg bolt or leg screw. If you've got 4-inch walls, then you're probably going to want to get like a 5-inch leg screw. If you've got 6-inch walls, then you're probably going to want to get like a 7-inch leg screw. Then you're going to want to move your rooftop tent. I like using a furniture dolly, makes it a lot easier. If you have a little person around, be sure and use them for your help. Alright, so I think that's everything you need. Done my best to put a link in the description below for most everything I've got so that you don't have to be shopping around trying to find it all. You can just get it all here. Alright, so here's the part where I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to show you guys the mistake that I made so you guys don't make the same mistake. Be sure that your leg screw is not too long.
Well, don't want to do that. So the good news is I dab my leg up there now. You can see, if you just look right up in there, you can see it sticking down there, and that's what I'm going to hook my winch to. So the good thing is it's in. The bad part is I got too big of a leg. I'm going to have to do some patching later on. Hopefully Bethany doesn't see it, but. Pro tip too, if you are hooking this up like I am, be sure to disconnect your garage door from the motor, so that if somebody accidentally pushes the button, it's not going to come down and destroy your winch and your garage door panel.
Be sure to hit the header on your garage door with your leg, not just the sheetrock.
I'm going to test it out to make sure it's going to hold the weight. I'm about 200 pounds. I think we're good. All right, let's move on. Now I'm going to build a platform, put the hooks in it, hook it up there. You'll get the picture real quick here.
Be sure to use good structural 2x6 material. You don't want to use some scrap junk that's got cracks and stuff in it. I use these ones because they were super solid. Rooftop tents weigh a lot and you want it to be able to support the weight. Be sure not to over penetrate your screws. That's going to scratch your rooftop tent when you flip this whole thing over.
Okay, here we go. Got my screws in for the hooks. Got a little crisscross pattern to kind of keep everything from twisting a little bit. Same thing back here. Now I'm going to flip this whole thing over.
Here's another oops. This cross member right here was supposed to be at the bottom so that my winch would hook up to it. So I'm going to go ahead and move that down to the bottom and then carry on.
See what happens.
Now I've got 2x6 lumber for my tent because my tent's pretty light. If you're running a bigger tent, you might want to consider getting some beefier lumber for this.
Well, there you have it, guys. I've got this is 7 foot roughly tall, and the garage door is roughly 7 feet tall, and it works pretty good just to slide it on across. So now it just comes to bolting your rooftop tent down, which is always the hardest part for me because the where I bolt is like so tight to the roof I don't have a great way of doing that. So if you guys have a good way of getting your rooftop tent strapped down to the top of your vehicle, you know, with the bolts and the U-channel and everything, let me know how you guys get your rooftop tent bolted down to the top of your roof rack. My goal is to get all of us out here as soon as we possibly can without injury to get our adventure on, you know? So I've got all the links to everything in the description below. I got the hooks, I've got the winch, I've got the power tools. I mean, you name it. I'm gonna get as close a match to what I'm actually using as possible for you guys because I know that it works. You're on your own for the wood, but if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and smash the subscribe button. Send some love my way via a like, a comment. Keep this channel rolling. Thanks, guys.
Nateness TV. It's just my life.